in the light of the divine, a child of prophecy with a destiny to intertwine. From the whispers of the heavens to the sands of earthly time, Samson the chosen, with strength sublime, might beyond measure, a gift from above, a heart torn between duty and love, with the power to rend and to save. Samson the brave, in the shadow of the grave. Amongst the ruins of battles, where silence now reigns, he stood alone, bound by invisible chains, a warrior of God in a land estranged. Against the Philistines, his fate forever changed. Might beyond measure, a gift from above, a heart torn between duty and love, with the power to rend and to save. Samson the brave, in the shadow of the grave. Amongst the ruins of battles, where silence now reigns, he stood alone, bound by invisible chains, a warrior of God in a land estranged. Against the Philistines, his fate forever changed. Might beyond measure, in the palm of his hand, a tale of glory across the land. With every foe he laid to rest, a deeper battle raged within his chest. In the heart of the temple, where his journey meets the end, blinded by betrayal, yet a broken soul to mend, calling upon the heavens for strength to rise again. In his final act, redemption descends. In the echoes of his sacrifice, a legacy was born. From the ruins of his choices, a hope forlorn. Yet in the depths of despair, a glimmer of divine light. Samson the fallen, reclaiming his might. Might beyond measure, from the ashes anew, a tale of humanity, raw and true, with the strength to break and the will to embrace. Samson's story, a testament of grace. So let us remember, under the celestial dome, the strength within us to find our way home. For in the tale of Samson, the lessons unfold. Might beyond measure, a story untold. In the heart of the ancient lands, under a covenant sky, walked Samson the mighty, his gaze lifted high. And in the whispers of twilight, in shadows he would roam, seeking solace in arms far from wisdom and home. Chains of temptation binding tight, lost in the darkness, far from the light, a heart led astray by desires that consume. Samson the mighty, sealed to his doom. Delilah the siren, with words soft as a spell, in the dance of betrayal, where the strongest fell. From the promise of whispers to the cold edge of night, his secrets surrender in weakness, not in might. Shades of temptation, where truth meets the light, in the silence of betrayal, under a starless sky, the razor's whisper, a lock falls to the floor. Samson's strength fading as he stands tall no more. Blinded and bound, his fate unsealed, in the Philistines' grasp, his destiny revealed. Yet in the depth of despair, a flicker in his soul, a prayer for redemption to once again be whole. In the ruins of his choices, a man begins to see the true source of Samson, through the ages told. Be a beacon to the lost, and the brave and the bold. In our weakest moments, may we find the strength to fight, to step from the darkness into the light. In the silence of his chains, a broken hero cries. To the heavens he raises his voice, his spirit defies. Grant me once more the strength I knew before. In his plea of repentance, his soul's deep core. There's a redemption, in his hands they rest. A final act of valor, his soul's ultimate test. With a heart of sorrow and eyes closed tight, Samson calls down his might in the fading light. Tales of riddles and vengeance, a life in tumult spun. Yet beneath the ruins, a deed to be done. In the shadow of the temple, where his fate entwines, a prayer for strength as his destiny aligns. Pillars of redemption, in his hands they rest. A final act of valor, his soul's ultimate test. With a heart of sorrow and eyes closed tight, Samson calls down his might in the fading light. Tales of riddles and vengeance, a life in tumult spun. Yet beneath the ruins, a deed to be done. In the shadow of the temple, where his fate entwines, a prayer for strength as his destiny aligns. Pillars of redemption, where his story bends, where the light of vengeance and salvation blends. With the final breath, he leads with all his might amidst the fall of the celestial light. As the pillars tremble and the world grows dim, Samson finds his strength, not from within. A covenant renewed in a heart once torn. In his sacrifice, a new hope born. Under the weight of his actions, a temple falls in dismay. In his end, a beginning, as night turns to day. For every soul taken, a tear from the sky. Samson's legacy in the rubble lies. Pillars of redemption crumble to the ground. In his final echo, redemption found. Through the debris of sorrow, a lesson clear. From our deepest despair, hope draws near. Let the story of Samson through the ages ring, a hymn of strength, redemption, a bittersweet offering. For in our darkest moments, may we reach out and find the pillars of redemption within our